Hey everyone, so I just wanted to give some clarification here for the litter sizes and mammals assignment, just trying to talk about the instructions here a little bit. So, mammals have different litter sizes, gestation periods, and levels of parental care depending on their needs. You will be comparing how different mammals rear their offspring. Examine the table below, then answer the questions that follow. So, I've created this table based on some information that I looked up, comparing a lot of different mammals in terms of their average gestation period, average litter size, average weaning age, and average time to independence. So, to talk a little bit about what those mean, average gestation means how long the fetus gestates inside the uterus of the mother. Average litter size means how many offspring are born. Average weaning age means the time that offspring usually stop suckling milk from the mother, so when they stop um, either breastfeeding or feeding off of any other source of milk. And then the average time to independence means how long it takes for the offspring to start mostly taking care of itself. It's kind of more when it's maybe not necessarily considered an adult, but it's at least not really dependent on mom quite as much at that point, even though it may still live in a social group with the rest of them. So we're comparing a lot of different mammals on here. I know it's kind of a big chart, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of the comparisons between all of them. Make sure that you're paying close attention to the actual time periods on these, because some of them are measured in weeks, some of them are measured in months, some of them are measured in years. So again, we see a lot of strong differences between how different animals handle these things. So please pay attention to your time frames there. So the questions that I'm asking are pretty similar for each of these groups that I want you to analyze. So look at the data for larger animals like the African elephant, giraffe, and killer whale. Do they tend to have long gestations or short gestations? Do they tend to have many offspring or few offspring in their litter size? Is it a lot or very few babies? And then the third part, do they put a lot of time into raising their young or only a little time into raising their young? So again, you have to look at the weaning age and the ages toward independence as far as how long parents are devoting care into their offspring. Number two, same types of questions, but here for smaller animals like the house mouse and European rabbit. Long gestation or short gestation, many offspring or few offspring, a lot of time into raising the young or only a little time. 3, look at the data for prey animals like the cow, goat, and white-tailed deer. So some of these animals that we eat as livestock, other ones like the white-tailed deer, one that a lot of other natural predators eat. Again, long gestations or short gestations, many offspring or few offspring. Do they take a lot of time in terms of raising their young or only a little time? And then a fourth question on this one, based on the time it takes to raise these animals, why does it make sense that we raise many of them for our food? So think about that as a factor for why we've chosen some of those animals for domestication. Then look at the data for top predators like the African lion and the brown bear. Again, long gestation or short gestation, many offspring or few offspring. And then do they put a lot of time into raising their young or only a little time into raising their young? Look at the data for marsupials like the koala and the Virginia opossum. Do they tend to have long gestations or short gestations? And then the follow-up question for that, why does it make sense that marsupials have gestations that take that long? So again, figure out if it's long or short, and then why it would be that way. Think about how marsupials are different from placental mammals, which are most of the mammals on that chart. Number 6, look at the data for intelligent animals like the chimpanzee, human, African elephant, and killer whale, so all ones that we consider to have high intelligence. Do they tend to have long gestations or short gestations, many offspring or few offspring? Do they put a lot of time into raising their young or only a little time? And then for the last part, why does it make sense that these animals need that level of care? So look at your answers to the other parts. Why does it make sense for intelligent animals that they would receive the amount of care that you see in your analysis? So again, I know that it's a decent amount of questions, but they're all related to this one chart. The info is already compiled for you, so it's just about analyzing the results here on the chart. If you do have any questions about this assignment, please feel free to call me, email me, or you can hop in on our science department Zoom office hours every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 10:30